Good morning. Fuji or Fuji? Fuji or Fuji? Japan to revise romanization rules. Yamete. I hate romanization. The rules for writing Japanese in Latin letters may be revised by the Japanese government for the first time in 70 years. 70 years. Romanization writing Japanese in Latin letters can be done in various ways, but the two main systems are the Hepburn and Kunrei-shiki systems. I didn't know about the name. The Hepburn system is the older of the two and is named after an American missionary called James Curtis Hepburn, who used it for a Japanese English dictionary published in 1886. The Kunrei-shiki system was developed later and aimed to replace the Hepburn system by being easier for Japanese people to write. Its use of Latin letters for vowels and consonants was more systematic, although they wouldn't always sound right if read aloud by a non-Japanese speaker. This means there are different ways to write many of the same units of sound used in Japanese. For example, the sounds that would be written ta, chi, tsu, te, to in the Hepburn system would be written ta, ti, tu, te, to in Kurenai-shiki system. That's how it goes. That's right. Okay, Kurenai-shiki has been the official romanization system for Japan since 1937. Wow. After World War II, the Allied forces who occupied Japan asked that the Hepburn system be used because they found it easier to read, but the Japanese government reconfirmed Kurenai-shiki's official status in 1954. That's why all the Japanese people cannot speak English. Today, although Kurenai-shiki is still used to teach children in elementary school, bad idea. The reality is that the Hepburn system is much more widely used, of course, even for official purposes such as road signs and passports. And most people are probably more familiar with the Hepburn spellings for place names in Japan like Shinjuku, Shibuya, Fuji, and Aichi than Kurenai-shiki spellings like Shinjuku, Shibuya, Fuji, and IT. Takichi ですね. To put an end to an confusion caused by the use of two competing systems. It's not really competing, I mean. Japan's Agency for Cultural Affairs has now recommended that the Hepburn system be officially recognized as the more widely used system. Yes. Well, this is a good idea for sure. Discussion. What are your thoughts on Japan possibly revising its romanization rules? I thought Yamete first because I thought it's a vice versa, but I'm so glad that they are going to use the Hepburn style. Yes, very much. Do you imagine most people in Japan would support these changes? Of course. I mean, it's already used, Hepburn. How much did you know about the origin of the Hepburns and Kurenai-shiki system before reading this article? None. This was my first time to know the history. Has your language borrowed many words from English? I mean, I do speak English. I don't borrow it, I use it. What languages do you think students in your country should be taught in elementary school? Japanese and English. For the discussion. How many languages do you speak? Would you like to learn more? Yes, Espanol and Chinese. Do most people in your country speak more than one language? None. No, not so many. What languages do you think you'd find hardest to learn? What do you imagine foreigners find difficult when learning your language? The grammar is very difficult for Japanese. Are many different dialects spoken in your country? Yeah, I think so.